Hello friends, I am Samson Oladosu EBE and I welcome you to this series on choral music performance. For the next 13 weeks, I will be dedicating myself to discussing topical issues that surrounds choral music performance with the aim of helping choristers, choir masters, music directors, and singers, to help them to better understand how and what it takes to have a good and successful choral music performance. And I am very sure that this will be worth your time. So run along with me as we go into this. Thank you very much. Like I said, for the next 13 weeks, we will be discussing on choral music performance with the theme towards perfectionism in choral music performance. Towards perfectionism in choral music performance. But for today, we will just give a brief introduction on what perfectionism is and why it is necessary to, be a perfectionist, and we'll just give a brief introduction. Now, I have heard this saying, and I'm sure that we would have heard it too. The saying that there is no perfect performance. No matter how beautiful it is, it can always get better. Now, as true as this statement is, if one does not fully understand what it means, it could lead a person or a group of people into mediocrity. Now, this is what I mean. If there is no perfect performance, then some people would just say that why should I go all out into this performance? Can't I just sing with my beautiful voice and forget about it? Why do I have to go all out to get the best costumes, to get the best of lighting, to get the best of stage sets and all the rest of it? So this is why I said it could lead to mediocrity. So I came up with this saying: in choral music performance, the pursuit for perfection is what gives birth to perfection. In choral music performance, the pursuit for perfection is what gives birth to perfection. Now, this is what I mean. Although there is no perfect performance, however, your attempt towards attaining perfection is what results into perfection. You're making sure that everything you want to do for that performance is top-notch. Preparing yourself in terms of knowing the songs properly, getting the best of the stage, getting the stage as beautiful as it can be, getting the best costumes, and so on and so forth. This attempt towards making sure that you have a beautiful performance is what gives birth to the perfection we're talking about. Now, let me try and define what perfectionism is according to Stoeber and Childs. They said that perfectionism is a personality disposition characterized by striving for flawlessness and setting high standards for performance, accompanied by tendencies for overly critical evaluations. I want you to take cognizance, or I want you to take note of the following words in that definition. The first one is personality disposition. The second one is striving for flawlessness. The third one is setting high standards for performance. As far as I'm concerned, these are the basis for perfectionism. Now, like I said before, it is true that a good performance can always get better. But the concept of perfectionism lies in your strive, lies in your attempt towards achieving perfectionism. So let me share with you two forms of perfectionism that I know. The first one is called the socially prescribed perfectionism. This is the need to, impress others. you already have it at the back of your mind that there are some people who maybe you have invited them to grace your concert, and you know they are people in music. Let's say we call them gurus in this part of the country. They are the people, maybe they've trained you in the past, or they are people you respect so much when it comes to performances in choral music, and you feel like they will be coming, and you don't want yourself to be you don't want them to be disappointed in you, so you want to give it all your best. So that's socially prescribed perfectionism. The other one is what we call the self-oriented perfectionism. This is setting high standards for yourself. You know that you cannot do anything less than being professional, than excellence. So that one is inbuilt. It comes from within you. You strive for excellence at all times and in all occasions. You want to get all your performances to be top notch. So that's self-oriented perfectionism. Personally, I think that self-oriented perfection is more positive than the other one, because being a perfectionist is a personal decision. It's something that you have to walk to. You don't have to prove to anybody that you are a perfectionist or that you can be a perfectionist, but to yourself. So I personally will adopt this self-oriented perfectionism. So, on a final note, let me ask you these questions. 1. Are you a perfectionist, or do you regard yourself as a perfectionist? How has being a perfectionist affected you, both positively and negatively? Kindly share your thoughts and your stories with me in the comment section, and I will be also willing to hear from you, and ready also to share some of my experiences, or some of the experiences I've had in the past. Thank you very much for joining me on this first episode. I am sure that you have learned one or two things. We will go deep into it as from next week. This is just an introductory episode. So as from next week, we'll begin to talk about the things we need to do as choir masters, as soloists, as choir directors, and as singers, even as instrumentalists, what we need to do to give our performances and make it flawless. Thank you very much. See you next time.